Alright guys, Dan back again with another video, and today we continue with Psycho Pass. We got episodes 2 to 4, which is what you guys voted for. That's, I asked you guys, what's the best cutoff point, and apparently this is a good one, so I'm probably just gonna continue doing that, just gonna continue asking you guys, because I'd rather, cut off at a good point. I'm kind of just, it's better if I ask instead of just guessing, you know what I mean? I was gonna do 2 to 4 anyway, honestly, but, I just wanted to make sure. So yeah, luckily I managed to, note down all the names, because yeah, there's no chance I was gonna be able to remember all these names. You guys know how, horrible I am with names. And yeah, it's not like they're super confusing or anything, it's just, they're kind of, pretty, similar, you know what I mean, in a lot of ways. And, I just wanted to make sure that I remember everything. Of course, I also, noted down some things about the character so that I can actually remember. And yeah, so far, as far as I can tell, I might be wrong, but we haven't got the names of the people who were, with Akane, trying to, help and everything. I don't think we've got the names of them yet. And by that I mean the guy that, made the comment about her being cute, and then the one at the end, that, told her to, file a report. I don't think we've got the names of those two, and I think there were, more of them, but I could be wrong. But as far as I remember, I mean, because I went back, and kind of skimmed through the episodes so that I can, list down all the names. But yeah, the show's super interesting already. Obviously the tone is really, really serious and everything. And yeah, that was a very serious way to start the show as well. I think, the voice acting was definitely, top notch. I can definitely understand why, this is a good dub for sure. I think the woman, and also the guy that was, just on an insane amount of drugs, I think those two, that was the best of the best for me. I think, yeah, I think the voice acting was amazing, but no, just in general, it's been great. And then of course the whole psychopath element, you know what I mean, the psychological state of someone. And yeah, it's gonna be a interesting show. I'm looking forward to seeing where we go from here, because obviously, she's gonna need to file a report, and we'll see. Obviously at the end of the episode, she ended up shooting, is it I'm just gonna say Shinya. Yeah, that just seems simple for me. Also, yeah, the guy at the beginning, the white-haired guy, I'm gonna, I listed his name down. I'm gonna assume we're gonna see him in this episode. I'm not really sure though. That could kind of be a thing where, maybe we see him at the end of the series. I'm really not sure. And also, I couldn't tell if that was a opening, you know what I mean, if that was the opening or not. It kind of just seemed like an opening scene, but the actual, OP was not really there. The song was there, of course. The song was great, by the way. I think I said it in the last video, but I'm pretty sure it was the Tokyo Ghoul, same person singing. So yeah, that was great. Obviously, the Tokyo Ghoul one is like probably the most iconic, opening. That one is, yeah, that one's probably the best. There's a lot of good ones, of course, but yeah, maybe we get it in this episode, the actual opening and everything. But yeah, let's jump into this. I found a good, source for all the episodes 0 to 22, but I haven't gotten to download it yet, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna do these two. I only have time to do 2, and then I'm gonna do the 4th episode. Hopefully by then I'll have the whole thing downloaded. Episodes 1 through 22, the entire series. And yeah, let's jump into episode 2 in 3, 2, 1, and play. Alright, yeah, we're starting with Shinya, I'm assuming. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow.
Now 8:15 on November 5th.
Okay.
Akane Tsunomori Psychopath to you this morning is powder blue. You're bound to have a
Nice.
wonderful day with that
That's
top-notch
great.
healthy mind of yours.
I mean, I don't know about that, but you know. Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. That's gotta, you know, fuck her up.
Oh, I messed up.
Whoa. Well, I called it. I knew we were gonna get it this one, in this episode. Man, he's such a good singer, isn't he? Whoa, there he is. Whoa. Damn. The visuals are insane too in this one. Yeah, it was called Abnormalize, yeah. I like how we're, you know, kind of, you know, going
Am I on
inside
the
the,
day shift today?
we're getting a
tell me
more
I'm not.
in-depth look, you
You're
know what I
having
mean?
lunch with Yuki Funohara and Kaoe Minatsu at the Akebonobashi station at 11. Your second
Nice.
day's official duty with the Public Safety Bureau starts promptly at 14:30.
Right.
That's right.
What's your desired room preference for today?
I guess Victor Horta's Hotel Tassel.
Great!
Alright.
I'll pull the design for the library.
Oh, nice.
Your dietary intake yesterday was a total of 2,200 calories. The proper
Wow.
amount for today's breakfast is a total of 240 calories.
Let's just go
Nice.
with 200
Alright.
and make it Chinese style.
Sure thing.
Ooh,
Coming
that's
right
great,
up.
great choice.
It was my first day on the job. Why'd I have to? It's not fair.
That's how it is. That's how this job is. You know, it's not gonna be fair all the time.
Today's weather is cloudy followed by sunny skies.
Nice.
Even better, there's a 0% chance of rain. The
that's
projected
great.
group stress of the Shinjuku ward is level 3. A supplement is recommended to prevent mental contamination.
Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, that one looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess this'll have to do.
Yep.
See you later.
You have a wonderful day!
Me too.
So, you messed things up on the first day, huh?
Yeah, but I can't really tell you guys about it. It's classified to Bureau personnel.
Yeah, of course.
only.
I'm kind
This is
of
an interesting way to start. I wasn't expecting
But
this.
you didn't do anything that violated the standard protocol, did you?
No, I guess
No.
Then you've got nothing to worry about. Besides, your psychopath isn't exactly cloudy. Could it be that maybe you're not that upset about it?
Come on, don't mess with me. I couldn't even get a full hour's sleep last night.
And look at your psychopaths. Your hue check gives a clear color even when you're distressed. It's amazing.
You really don't give yourself much psychological care, but you're the paragon of mental health. I don't get it. How are you able to stay so healthy?
I have no idea. Maybe I'm just thick-skinned.
Life is so totally cruel and unfair.
No.
It really is.
Well, in any case, it's not like I'm doubting the Sybil system or anything. But a career with the PSB, maybe I'm just not right for it.
How dare you say
to
that?
have that problem.
Yeah.
Ditzy, but I can't believe you said that. Let's talk about your aptitude for starters. All of your tests showed that you were a perfect fit for the Ministry of Economy.
Yeah, very
and
well
Technology,
trained and
but
everything,
you
yeah.
opted for the Public Safety Bureau.
I wish I had that many options. I only got C rankings.
Oh, don't you start complaining. At least you enjoy blue-collar work. What do I get out of being a systems engineer? Stiff shoulders, that's what.
Come on, Akane. You were an honor student. You scored a 700 on your last exam. And
Nice.
you're telling us that you can't hack it as a civil servant?
Oh, come on. She'll like it
Hey,
soon.
cheer up. We were only teasing. Besides, I know for a fact that no one could possibly do this better than you
Exactly.
can. And that's got nothing to do with the aptitude tests. It's because I know what you're capable of.
What needs to be done is done by those capable. Such is the grace
Wise
bestowed
words.
upon mankind by the Sybil system. Whatever that means.
Excuse me, but I'm trying to find the analyst Shion Kuranamori.
You found her. Now who are
Oh,
you?
great.
I've been assigned to the CID as of just yesterday, ma'am. Inspector Akane Tsunemori.
Oh. So you're the newbie that shot down Shinya with the
Oh, God.
paralyzer last
That's what
night.
she's known as.
Well, you're a lot cuter than I expected you to be.
Sure.
And ballsy. Look at you being a little cutie with big balls. So what the hell happened? Let me guess, Shinya tried to grab your ass, huh?
No,
Oh, that's not what
not quite,
They
no.
told me that you're the one that could tell me how Kogami's doing.
Ah,
Oh,
of
okay,
course.
yeah.
Can you believe the
He's doing
government's
pretty
fucking
well,
delegating
from
employee
what it
healthcare to
seemed
the
like.
analysis lab just because I've got a physician's license? I mean, yeah, sure, I'm also a latent criminal, but it's not like that gives them the right to treat me like a freaking slave while I'm down here.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Akane. It's Akane, right?
Yep.
You must be on the fast track if you're already an inspector. Do me a favor and reform the system once you become a high-ranking official. You could start by having them put in a swimming pool and a bar area in the CID. Pretty please.
I don't know. How's Kogami's treatment been?
Oh. Hold on.
He's doing alright.
I don't know where you were aiming, but you managed to land a direct hit right on his spinal cord. So we've still got a little more healing to do. Not exactly up to walking and talking yet.
Yeah, sure.
He's not up for having any fun in bed either. I suppose it'd be okay to peek in on him, though. He won't know you're there, of course. It's up to you.
No, that's all right. I don't want to risk waking him.
He should be back to
That's
normal
fair.
tomorrow. He just needs a full day of rest. Check back in
Alright.
the morning and you can talk to him.
Okay. another tablet I could use?
Well, the last I checked, Enforcer Kogami was using all the spare equipment.
But how could
All right.
he? I mean, Kogami's still.
Recovering from being shot?
Sure.
Yes, he is. Jeez, that hurt.
Here. You can use mine.
Oh,
Aw.
thanks a lot.
Yeah, very, very kind
I
of
know
you.
I'm late. Sorry. Well, hello. I wasn't aware
Hello.
that you were on duty tonight.
Yeah.
Must be tough on you coming in after last night.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let's just keep our fingers
She's
crossed.
strong, though.
Today's a little more laid back.
Elevated area stress level warning. A psychopath above the regulation value has been detected inside Eco Grice Hill in the Adachi ward. The on-duty inspector and available enforcers are immediately required for intervention at the scene.
That's
Alright.
what I get asking for a peaceful day.
Sure.
Oh man, too bad our shift just ended. Have fun.
Do you want some backup? I'll cover for Kogami.
Thanks, but I'm sure we'll be okay on our own. Well,
Alright.
Inspector Akane, you ready to head out?
Sure. He'll be alright.
We've had drones posted on each of the mall's exits since the warning was triggered, but they haven't managed to catch anyone yet. More specifically, they haven't caught whoever's raising the area's stress. So they're still somewhere in the mall.
Oh
Will
god,
we need to use
okay.
the
Yeah,
Dominators
there
for
he is.
this?
We should keep them on us just as a precaution. But I sincerely doubt that we'll need to unholster them. Enough chit-chat. Shall we go?
Yep. Aw. Nice.
Are you too uncomfortable? I thought you'd be okay with this. Don't all you kids love playing with holosuits?
Yeah, I'm just not used to my whole body being an avatar.
Yeah.
Not giving up.
Stop it, cut it out.
Aw.
I'm not doubting your persistence.
Better not. Come on, quit playing hard to get.
Ah, there he is. Guy hiding
Yeah.
behind the column back there.
Yep.
Are you sure? How can you tell without using a scanner?
Yeah, that's
It's hard
pretty
to
impressive.
explain, but a beast can sniff out his
You
own.
can just, yeah, you can just tell.
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind if we took a quick measure of your psychopaths?
Sure, why not? Oh god, here we go.
Oh, right. Now that is cloudy. Without a doubt, you are in need of some emergency therapy.
Yep.
I need
You
you
are.
to please come with me.
What? But why? I haven't done anything wrong.
I'm amazed you can spot latent criminals like that.
You
Yeah,
can
pretty
tell
impressive,
when
but
they're
I
up
mean,
to
he's
no
been,
good, but the best way to catch a
he's
bad
been doing
guy's
it
to
for
think
pretty,
like one. Doesn't
pretty
matter
long,
if you're
so.
a good guy, though. Being able to think like a criminal is about the same as being one to the system. It all registers the same, and that's why I've got such a crazy high crime coefficient. Thanks to my skills as a peace officer, I'm now treated as a glorified hunting dog.
You were great, but I was
No.
just useless out there.
That's
No,
not
of course
true. You were
not.
quite
Yeah.
helpful.
Come on.
Enforcers can't even show themselves in public without an inspector by their side.
That's nothing.
Don't get me wrong here. Look, after you bring the enforcers to the scene, they're really the only thing you need to worry about. Don't let them slack off, run away, or cause trouble. And that's it,
Yeah.
easy peasy. That's all.
Then
there
he
is to it.
succeeded.
So you're saying that it's my job to stand back and do nothing?
It's not what it's saying at all.
How about some company, Inspector? If you don't mind.
Sure. I thought you were already off duty for the night.
You do realize that we enforcers are prisoners, right?
Yeah.
Kramer, even
That's
when
just
we're
how it
not
is.
on the clock, our access is restricted to the CID floor and our own personal quarters. I'm sorry I acted like a jerk earlier. I was just joking
It's
around,
alright.
but I got a little carried away. In case you haven't noticed, most of the women who work here can be scary as all hell. So I'm actually happy we've got such a cute girl around now. Really, I'm glad you're here, Akane. Oh yeah, you mind if I call you Akane?
I don't see why not.
You've got me curious. Inspector for the MWPSB. I mean, talk about a crazy-ass place to want to work.
Oh yeah.
You pick this job.
Don't think I'm right for it, do you?
You're asking me that after what happened yesterday? I doubt many people would say you are.
Sybil's judgment of my job aptitude had me well over the PSB's employment standards.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I don't get. The standards for the PSB are top tier, so your rankings must have qualified you for other careers too.
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't you have just picked a different job?
Yeah.
It just seemed right.
I got an A ranking for all 13 ministries and 6 companies.
Whoa.
What? Seriously?
That's awesome.
Yeah, but with all the other jobs, I wasn't the only one to get an A ranking. There was at least one other person that got the same grade.
Yeah.
But I was the only one who scored an A ranking for the MWPSB. There were more than 500 students graded.
Well, that's
So I thought there must be some job I was meant to do here. Some kind of work that only I could do. I thought my life would make sense if I took a job here. That I might be able to understand what my purpose in the universe is. Why are you looking at me like that? Do you think I'm wrong?
How the hell should I know? Why would you even ask my opinion? You could have become anything you wanted, chosen any kind of life there is a person could live. Probably agonized over all your options. It's incredible. It's like you're one of those people from back before Sybil was created. Really, you might not be aware of this, but most suckers these days get pegged into whatever job the Sybil system thinks they're right for.
Sounds about right,
And yet here you are, with all the options in the world, talking about
here we go with this again.
finding out your purpose in the
yeah,
universe.
she's used to this.
I got flagged in a psychopath test when I was 5 years old.
Wow.
Labeled as a latent criminal ever since. Not even capable of rehabilitation. That's why I'm at the MWPSB. I could become one of their hunting dogs and assassinate people for them, or spend my life in an isolation facility. That's the only choice I got to make about my life. I was really trying my damnedest not to be mean to you, but you know what? I changed my mind. So I'm gonna ask you this one more time. Tell me, why did you decide to become an inspector?
I'm so sorry.
You don't see many inspectors apologize to enforcers.
You must be pretty angry with me.
What you did was your decision.
Well, yeah, it's a part of the job.
It's not my place to complain about it.
But what I did, was it the wrong decision? Did I just get in everyone's way? I screwed things
There is
up
no
and put
wrong
all
or
of
right
you in
decision.
danger.
I've been an enforcer for a long time now.
Yeah.
I'm a hunting dog, and I behave like one. Following orders and taking down prey.
I mean, that's what, what's his name again? Jerome said, right?
I've always obeyed
A hunting dog.
orders, and I've taken down many latent criminals. I did what was best for society, blindly accepting that idea. And one day I just stopped thinking about what I was doing. It all became perfunctory to me, as natural an act as breathing.
Wow.
I've been such a fool. I've forgotten what being a detective is actually about. It's about protecting people, not hurting them.
Mr. Kogami.
You were right, and you were able to make that decision on your own. You were able to put justice
That's
before
impressive,
duty.
yeah.
Working for a boss like you, I might be able to act like a real detective instead of just
Get
taking
back to,
orders
yeah,
like a
get
dog.
back to... Aw. That's what she needed to hear.
Thank you very much.
You don't see too many inspectors thanking their enforcers either.
If you had more
This is
time
a
to
special
calmly
case.
think about the situation, well, you would have tried to avoid shooting her, wouldn't you?
I really don't know. I didn't hesitate at the time. Thought I'd die if I hesitated. I remember thinking, I don't want to die here.
Yeah.
Not in a place like this. I refuse to die here. That one thought consumed me entirely. I still have unfinished business. I won't let it. Nothing's gonna stop me until it's settled.
Mr. Kogami?
Whoa.
So, your official report states that you made the right decision at the time, and that's your conclusion, Inspector. You're certain about this one?
Yes, sir. The elevated state of her crime coefficient was only temporary. In fact, the therapy she's received while in custody is going well, and her psychopath is already recovering.
Kogami, do you want to make a statement?
Yes. Inspector Tsunemori fulfilled her duty.
Yep.
That's all.
Would you look at that? Oh, are we gonna get an ED here, or? It's nice. This show looks great too, for sure. Whoa, look at that. So this one's called Egoist, I'm assuming. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be helpful. I can pause there and, you know, list everything down. What a nice little episode. That was a lot more relaxing than I was expecting, but no, I really enjoyed that. I think that was a great way to, you know, continue off after, you know, pretty hectic, you know, beginning, you know, pretty just, they got straight to the point, you know what I mean? It was really fast-paced, and, you know, I think they did a good job there to, you know, calm things down a little bit, you know, really, you know, I think they really, we had a moment to, you know, really understand what the show's really about, you know. And that shot is gonna be important because I can, you know, go back and, I mean, there was only a few new names and stuff, you know what I mean? Most of them we already knew. I might just do that later. I mean, I don't really think it matters. But yeah, I really enjoyed everything in that episode. You know, I really enjoyed I mean, of course, how we started, you know, the intro was great, of course, you know, how we started, it was really relaxing, you know, it was really genuine, you know, to see, you know, just be in the perspective of Akane, and yeah, you know, I do feel pretty bad for her, you know, she's just, I'm assuming, you know, she's just been through this, you know, her whole life, pretty much, you know, just doing really well, you know, everyone, you know, asking her, you know, why would you choose that job, you know, you had all the options. I think that was, you know, the main thing that they said to her. I don't think we got, oh yeah, in the end, yeah, we got the physician, right, yeah, her name, she was pretty silly, she was pretty funny, you know, yeah, obviously, you know, Shinya, you know, recovered and everything, so that's great, you know. That whole conversation was great, you know, it was really real, you know. I think, you know, Shinya she needed to hear that, you know what I mean. I think the fact that Shinya, you know, opened up to her like that was great, and, you know, that really just helped her, you know, because like I said throughout the episode, you know, she was, you know, struggling quite a lot, you know what I mean, with just, honestly, just, you know, thinking about, you know, if she's good enough, you know what I mean, and is she fulfilling her purpose, you know, in this job that she has chosen. And you know, I think it came together really well. Like I said, I think that, you know, Shinya opening up to her like that was you know, what she needed to hear. You know, I've enjoyed the interactions between Tomomi and Akane as well. You know, I think those have been really genuine as well. You know, obviously it kind of, you know, it kind of ended in a, you know, obviously later on they saw each other, but you know, I think so, right? Yeah, I think they saw each other again, but you know, it ended with her, you know, thinking that, you know, he thinks that she's just there to, you know, be a bystander pretty much, which, you know, that was not it at all. You know, that he was trying to, you know, tell her how important she is, and, you know, as long as she's, you know, doing what she needs to do and, you know, succeeding, that's all that matters. And, you know, it's not like it's the most, you know, exciting job, or, you know, the most just, you know, I guess you could say fulfilling job, but, you know, at the end of the day, you're doing what you need to do, and, you know, you're succeeding. So, you know, but, you know, of course it's understandable. You know, it's definitely understandable, because, you know, she feels like she's, you know, not getting involved too much, you know what I mean? She's kind of letting them do everything, but, you know, that's just how it is. And yeah, of course, this scene as well with, I don't think I think maybe we, you know, we got the name at the end all listed down, but I'll call him I don't know, I guess he's ginger a little bit, but I don't know. That conversation is great. You know, I enjoyed how, well, I feel like it was going great, and then, you know, it kind of, you know, ended up just pretty much the same way that most of them end up, you know, them just asking her why she's here and why she, you know, chose this job, instead of, you know, like he said, you know, all the options. And, you know, she could have, but, you know, she also explained that, you know, there was one more person that, you know, that was as, you know, successful as her, but, you know, in this specific field, you know, she was the only one out of, I think she said it was it 500? Yeah, I think it was 500 other people, so that's really impressive right there. And yeah, I think the best part though was this scene with her and Shinya. You know, at first, you know, she told him, you know, and also when she was talking to the yellow-haired guy, you know, when they were you know, eating and everything and having a chat, you know, she also mentioned the fact that, you know, is she right for the job, and, you know, if she's doing something wrong and everything. And, you know, he kind of responded, you know, saying, how could anyone not feel like that, you know what I mean, after what happened yesterday. But, you know, at the same time, you know, it's not like she did anything wrong. You know, it's actually kind of the opposite. And, you know, like I said, Shinya, you know, explained that to her. You know, she actually is ahead of her time. You know, she's actually, especially for someone, you know, just starting out, you know, she's actually doing great. So, yeah, and then that's pretty much it. Obviously, yeah, at the end we got, you know, we got a proper, you know, conclusion with them, you know, basically, you know, filing the report that she succeeded and she did everything right, and that's good. I like that she's, you know, being confident about that. You know what I mean? I think that's a good step in the right direction. You know, she's being confident, and, you know, she's doubling down. You know what I mean? She's not, you know, how do I say? You know, she's not, you know, questioning herself or anything. You know, questioning the decision that she made. You know, she's confident about her decision, and she fully backs herself. She fully thinks that she made the right decision, and yeah, let's just jump into the next one. Might have to cut here because I think I'm gonna cut here, yeah. This was great. I'll be back with episode 3 and 4. Hopefully by the time that happens, you know, I will, like I said, have the whole thing downloaded so that I can just easily have access to the entire series. Also, I'm recording this the day it comes out, so yeah, hopefully I can, you know, get this done as fast as possible so that I can upload it. But yeah, that was a really enjoyable episode. You know, I'm really excited to see where we go from here. So yeah, I'll see you guys with episode number 3. Hey guys, we're back with episode number 3 of Psycho Pass. This is around 2 hours later. And yeah, we're here with episode number 3. My full series is almost done downloading. I went back to the scene, you know, at the end of the ED, you know, that had all the names and everything. So yeah, I listed that down. So you know, that's cool. You know, yeah, I pretty much have everyone. I don't think there's a single character that I don't have the name of. So you know, that's great. But yeah, let's jump into episode 3. I said everything I wanted to say about episode 2, so let's just jump right into it. In 3, 2, 1, and play. Whoa, there you go. Nice seeing you. Seems like, okay, so it seems like we're going for the next one. And he seems pretty angry at this one, so, you know, we'll see. It was really cool for sure. The visuals are pretty cool as well. I couldn't tell if that was, I think that was Shinya, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But was it, you know, showing him fighting himself, or was that a different character? And then this is where it kind of changes, you know, the whole art style and everything, it kind of changes. Awesome. What do we got?
被害者は塩山大輔27歳。八王子ドローン工場勤務。午前4時。
Alright then. Did I... Wow, that's on me. Yeah, it's on me. Alright. Well, that sucks. Now I have to go and... Alright, that's fine. Curtis Warren is the WWE, yeah, sure. I'll be back. Alrighty guys, we are back. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was my fault completely. I'll take the blame on that, but yeah, I went back to the beginning. Let's go right now.
victim's Daisuke Shioyama, age 27.
Okay.
He worked at Hanjioji Drone Factory. His co-workers found his body at 4 a.m. this morning.
Oh, alright.
They say the drone he was servicing dismembered him.
Could be just an accident.
Well, that's what I thought at first, until I heard it was already the third worker dead at the drone factory this year. That's clearly not right.
Yeah.
The morning shift found the body here in the drone behavior inspection room. This area is the only part of the production line that uses human labor. The factory has 50 debuggers on the line around the clock.
So those guys live here?
If the company's quota is 1,000 fully tested drones a month and they want low worker overhead, keeping them on site in constant shifts is the only option. From what I understand, by installing a subroutine in a drone before it completes testing, you can make it malfunction in a way that looks like an accident.
This sounds like
a first-degree murder case.
Yep.
Well, if there are only 50 total workers, it seems straightforward. We just check each one of their crime coefficients.
At this place, the normal rules don't apply.
Okay.
Inspector Ginasa.
Yeah? What?
I think I'm finally getting the hang of how to work with the
enforcers.
enforcers.
Yeah, it seems like you are, which is good.
Are you talking about working with the enforcers as your friends and colleagues? Or do you mean working over them as their handler, as an inspector should?
The latter. But I've seen it
Fools learn from their experiences. The wise learn from history. I hope for all our sakes you're not a fool, Akane.
No. Of course not.
Detectives, thank you so much for
He's
coming.
that way. It's alright, Akane. That's just how he is.
Can you please show us where you found him?
No problem, Inspector. Follow me.
Alright.
After the drones come off the line, we bring them here for test runs and safety checks. In this factory, machines build machines, but for the final checkout, we believe humans can and should play a decisive role in the drone's qualification. We can't deny that it's dangerous work.
Have you observed the pace of the work having any kind of strain on your debuggers?
From time to time. It's very demanding and doesn't allow much time for relaxing like in office jobs.
Yeah.
With no internet, workers don't have distractions, but they also don't have diversions.
So this entire facility is offline?
That's correct, miss. There's not even an old Ethernet cable here. Plus, every structure on the campus is built as an anechoic chamber. This means the walls absorb reflections of incoming and outgoing sounds and EM waves. We may be cut off from the outside world, but we're also 100% secure from hacking.
Exactly.
This place is creepy. They're so isolated.
Yeah, but...
A cleanup drone removed the body during the initial response. Here's a recording of that.
He was alive as the attacking drone ripped him apart piece by piece.
Nasty.
Did Mr. Shioyama have any conflicts or problems with other workers? No, he got along with everyone, and they with him. And his psychopath was clean.
Oh, really?
It had to have been an accident.
Yeah.
If three dismemberment deaths are accidents, you should watch more workplace safety videos. Like I said, this is not easy work. The debuggers accept the risks. I appreciate that you have concerns about this factory's safety practices, but please relay them at another time to the appropriate plant administrators.
Should we inspect the attacking drone for any alterations?
I'm already having it sent to headquarters. Kurana Mori will be analyzing it for us. But early word is not to expect much.
Yeah.
The drone's memory cells are destroyed. For now, I need you to go back to the car and upload this recording to HQ. I have to ask Chief Goda some more questions.
Alright.
Will do, sir.
I think this file should help complete your investigation, Inspector. The results of our own periodic checkups, as well as hue assessments conducted by building scanners. Here.
Thank you, this helps.
Go over everything with a magnifying glass. You'll still find that no worker's psychopaths ever routinely exceeded his regulated value. If you're still suspecting murder, I don't know which worker would even be your suspect.
Well, we won't be able to know for sure until we run this data through the Sybil system for analysis. Unfortunately, that takes some time. Unless, of course, you're okay with us using something unorthodox on your workers.
And that would be?
Our Dominators. If you'll let your workers assemble outside the anechoic buildings, we can use the devices to check them right now.
But that would mean we'd have to suspend operations for hours.
Mr. Goda, people's lives are at stake here.
If you can find evidence that Shiyoyama's death is a murder, we will cooperate fully with this investigation. We're not in business to protect criminals. But until then, we must assume this was a tragic accident. And need I remind you, to interrupt this plant's production would require not only that evidence, but also a signed order from the Minister of Economy himself. Something I hear does not come easy. Ginoza may be a straight arrow, but I bet he really turned the screws on the shifty factory chief. Guy's a pain in the ass.
Are they always like that?
Didn't you read the file on this place, Akane? This is a government factory under the Ministry of Economy. These kind of places will do just about anything to protect their profit margins. They don't want people like us from the outside meddling and causing a drop in productivity.
Even when some of their own workers have died?
That's why they prefer to chalk this up as an accident and sweep it under the rug as soon as possible.
No, we can't.
Well, maybe an accident is all that happened. Their scanners never detected anyone dangerous, right?
That's true. But then again, those automated scanners aren't perfect. In fact, the best they can manage is a quick hue check of a person's stress levels. If you really want to use cymatic scan data to check a potential suspect's full mental state, job aptitude, crime coefficient, everything, you need to run a dedicated analysis through the Sybil system. Too bad there's always a waiting list for it. Unless our Dominators find something, then no matter who's ahead of us, we can jump to the front of the line and receive an analysis. With the Dominator and the Sybil system working together, you can reveal a suspect's entire mind in a second. Most of the time. Here, I'll show you.
Oh, alright. We're gonna see it right now. I was about to say, it would be cool to, you know, see it.
Dominator usage approved. Communication error. System link cannot be established.
To be hack-proof, these buildings block all radio waves, so as long as we're in here, we can't connect to the Sybil system. The Dominators might as well be scrap iron. Nothing but fancy-looking paperweights.
Still, what if the death was, well, you know...
All just a terrible mistake? I'm sorry, it's hard not to laugh at that idea.
I'll say.
No offense, but if that crime scene wasn't clear, you ain't much of a detective. Just seeing pics would give any enforcer a gut feeling. It was a murder, okay?
I wonder what the perp's motive was.
Based on the thrashing that poor victim took, my intuition tells me some kind of a grudge.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, yeah. It has to be something personal or something.
This is such a sad place to work. Imagine spending every minute of your life totally offline in this day and age.
I mean, it's not the worst
thing. But if it's as bad for the workers as you say, why are their hues so stable?
Hey, don't underestimate people's ability to entertain themselves.
How's it going, detectives? Has your inspection turned up any
and
promising
this guy, I don't know why this
no,
guy,
sir. Everything's normal in your
something about it is just...
Think fast, Yellow Green. You're going to the crapper to eat your lunch alone again.
Wow.
Why are those guys bullying him? It's mean.
I mean, it's amusement, though.
He'll be fine. Harmless teasing.
What?
Yeah, it happens all the time to him.
Oh, wow, poor guy.
Since the guys here aren't allowed any contact with the outside world,
exactly, yeah, it's amusement.
Teasing someone is the best way to let off steam and get their minds off things for a bit.
Yeah, but what if that poor guy's...
If his psychopath ever gets clouded to the point that it's a problem, we'll just reassign him to a different part of the factory.
Wow.
We take our workers' mental states quite
seriously.
He's not being bullied, he's actually helping us. For all we know, Sybil might have recommended he work here because he's naturally suited to this kind of whipping boy role.
Someone like you who's quick to laugh off abuse must be naturally suited to a job like this. Sybil system always gets it right. You okay, buddy?
Well, he's so not used to it that he's...
Yeah,
He probably never even got that. No one, you know, helping him out or anything.
files the chief gave us are accurate, there's only one employee here whose hue check slowly worsens over time. And every time it changes, that guy's transferred to another part of the factory to stabilize. That said, it's been a year since his last transfer.
Well, wait, didn't Chief Goda say that the first debugger's death happened about a year ago?
And the same man for the last year has been the target of that twisted bullying campaign. The data we got leaves no doubt about it. I see a big board of psychopaths with clear colors, and then one employee who gets cloudy.
Mr. Yuji Kanahara. His hue is yellow-green.
So that's why they were calling him yellow-green.
Wow.
I guess it's company policy to put the hue checks out in the open for all employees to see.
That is a bad idea.
I'll say. But this guy's most recent assessment actually shows his hue improving a bit.
Yeah, the hue looks like it was at its most cloudy. The day before Shiuyama died.
Can't be. It doesn't work like that. The color of a person's psychopath doesn't just improve after committing murder.
Don't forget, though, that we're seeing this principle at work when the other debuggers relieve their stress by beating up on Kanahara. There's no mystery here, guys. Back before we had cymatic scans, desperate people getting pushed past their breaking points and then committing crimes wasn't uncommon.
That's enough! I'm tired of hearing about your gut feelings! You're just deluding yourself! With that kind of paranoia and aggression, it's no wonder you latent criminals are society's garbage. We can't go around acting on hunches from circumstantial evidence. We maintain an orderly society by using Sybil to judge crime coefficients. If we change that, we'll lose the public's trust.
You crow about order, and yet we're still here investigating 3 dead people. Gino, let me do it. Let me investigate Kanahara. If there's hard evidence, I'll find it.
That's enough!
Sir, can we speak, please? I agree with the enforcers. If going by the book means ignoring certain possibilities, I'd rather try Mr. Kogami's plan.
Oh, come on. You can't be serious.
Ginaza, why are you acting so strange? Did something happen between you and Masaoka?
I don't know.
Sorry. I promise to do better with the enforcers, sir.
Yeah.
Well then, if this is the path you're determined to take, I won't stop you. You are still an inspector, after all. If you think you can control those hunting dogs, you're certainly entitled to try.
Thank you, sir.
You've chosen the way of the fool, so like a fool, you will have to learn through experience. Seems that's the only way you'll understand.
Did something once happen between Mr. Ginaza and Mr. Masaoka?
Wow.
Akane, tell me you did not ask the senior inspector that to his face.
Don't talk about that. Ever.
What?
I count exactly 200 meters in communication cables. Looks like the furthest that'll reach is the elevator hall on the 2nd floor.
You sure you can lure Kanahara up there?
No, but I'm certainly gonna try.
Yeah, you can try.
So, the plan is just to talk to him, right?
Yeah.
Oh god.
This is where you hide, Yellow-Green. Do your meals taste better after you kill someone? Well, hey, answer me!
Good lord.
Shiuyama, Asumi, Koriyama. 3 dead this year. You killed them, didn't you? What? Why would you think that? Lucky for you, as long as you stay in here, we can't prove you're a murderer. But Yuji, once I get a gut feeling... Well, let's just say we enforcers take pleasure in pushing around other latent criminals. First, I'm gonna keep you trapped in this hellhole of a factory, so you have nowhere to run to and hide. Then my friends and I are gonna put the word on the net. Yuji Kanahara is a serial murderer with a clouded psychopath. Please, don't! Damn it, I'm out of service range in here. Oh well. Guess I'll have to go out front for a bit. You stay in this bathroom on your knees, trembling and crying like a little baby.
Jesus.
And I'll get started on bringing a 3-time murderer to justice.
I mean, okay.
Hey,
way we got left for seeing if Kanahara's our murderer. He doesn't have time to prepare an elaborate method in advance. So if he's gonna kill me, he'll have to do it in the exact same way he did Shioyama. If he makes his move, we'll have our proof.
This is crazy!
Smart. It's the only way.
And if he's not a murderous nut, we'll walk out of this factory without a scratch on us. In that scenario, everybody wins.
Sure.
So, Inspector, which ending would you bet on?
I don't...
I'd bet on the first one, but, you know.
This is all your fault!
Looks like we have our answer. It worked.
Once I'm done killing the two of you, my hue will become clean again! Run! Don't run. You're just gonna make your death that much messier when I get you! No, God damn it!
Why would you gamble with their lives just to prove a point to Ginza?
It's not about proving a point, it's about getting justice for the dead.
Sure.
Sometimes when you want to uncover the truth, you have to be prepared to risk your life.
It's a good lesson for sure.
If we don't speed up, we won't make it.
You don't have to tell me that, I know!
We're here.
I know, but right now he's still in the act. We gotta send a call for backup.
Suppression system online.
Hogami!
Now you die!
User identification. Enforcer Shinya Kogami. Crime coefficient at 265. Suspect is target for enforcement.
There you go.
Hogami, run!
Threat judgment of target is updating. Enforcement mode change to destroy decomposer. Target is to be completely eliminated. Please be careful.
Here too! Kogami!
Man, those Dominators kick serious ass when they get
They really
fired
do.
up.
Man, that was awesome to see too. We haven't seen the Dominators like that.
He said he didn't want to be some hunting dog. He wanted to be a detective. But the look I saw in his eyes that night was more like that of a wolf who had its prey by the neck and couldn't wait to taste
Ooh,
blood.
that's a really good way to put it.
先死んだみたいレンガの病棟でうまく歌えなくて日に煙る浮かぶ長い月ほら見て私を目をそらさないで黒い鉄格子の
There he is.
私は生まれてきた馬悪意のない少年が望むが
man, I'm really enjoying what they're doing with this character, though. Like, seriously, he's quickly becoming, honestly, my favorite character, probably, because, like I said, I just really enjoy what they're doing, and, you know, he said it, man. He said at the end of episode 2 that, you know, he wanted to be a detective, but, you know, like I said, I think the way Akane put it, you know, that was definitely a good way to describe it. You know, in a way, he did become a wolf in that, you know, and he was ruthless, you know what I mean? He just did it, and, you know, that's exactly why he didn't respond when Akane basically, you know, asked him, you know, he's not going to do anything too crazy, you know what I mean? It's just going to be, you know, an inspection, you know what I mean? But, you know, he didn't respond because deep down he knew that he was just going to do what it takes and, you know, be as ruthless as necessary. And, you know, like I said, that's a, you know, great lesson for Akane as well, you know what I mean? Especially because she's pretty new to this, you know what I mean? So, but honestly, I think, you know, she's actually been, you know, pretty ruthless when necessary as well. I mean, you look at the first, you know, case that she had. I mean, yeah, that was pretty, you know, I guess, you know, at times, yeah, she was hesitant, but no, it was, you know, at the end of the day, you know, she did what was necessary. And yeah, well, Shinya is badass. Like I said, might be my favorite character. Like I said, you know, not really sure yet. I like all of them, to be honest. I do like all of them. Akane might be my favorite character so far. You know, but like I said, all of them are great. Everything with, is it Genoza? Yeah, I think it was Genoza. That was really interesting. I was not expecting that, you know. I even have it written here, you know. It was always, like, easy to tell that, you know, he's a pretty serious guy, you know, pretty stern. You know what I mean? That's what I wrote. I wrote that he's a pretty stern guy. I wasn't expecting that, though, you know, everything that we got with him, that was really intense. You know, it was kind of, you know, foreshadowing because, you know, at the beginning of the episode, you know, they kind of, you know, they had that interaction where, you know, he's just such a serious guy, you know what I mean? Akane was trying to, you know, just, you know, have some, you know what I mean, enjoy spending time with them, but, you know, he's just a really stern guy. Honestly, that's the best way to describe him. You know, he's really just serious all the time. But yeah, that was really intense. You know, like they were talking about, you know, it could just be a, you know, they briefly mentioned it, but there could have been something between them, maybe. I mean, it's definitely possible. You know, I'm not sure. You know, at first I was pretty, you know, against that. I didn't think anything happened, but I don't know. They kind of didn't deny it. You know what I mean? What's his name? Is it Kaguri? Yeah, Kaguri, you know, kind of laughed it off, you know, said, did you seriously ask him? And then, what's her name? Is it Yayoi? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. You know, she basically said, you know, never ask that. So, yeah, I actually do think something might have happened. You know, I'm looking forward to hearing that. And yeah, this one was definitely intense as well. You know, maybe not as intense as the first one. You know, in some ways it was, though. I mean, you know, that place in general as well. You know, that place that we went to. You know, it was a really just, you know, really just, I mean, in a way, fucked up place because, you know, all these people were, you know, like they said, they were really isolated. You know what I mean, from the world, and you know that was pretty tough to watch. You know, obviously the guy, you know, the psycho, you know, it was tough to watch, you know, him being bullied and you know, it kind of just being a normal thing there, you know what I mean? Like the guy described it. By the way, that guy, I mentioned it during the episode, but something about it was just, I don't know, something about him rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know how to describe it, but you know, he was basically talking about how that's just normal, you know what I mean? It's not even bullying, it's just teasing, you know what I mean? And it's amusement because, you know, like I said, they're just isolated here, you know, all the time, and they have nothing. Like, you know, they need to find some ways to, you know, at least you know, enjoy life and not just be serious and, you know, be working all the time. But yeah, you know, that obviously that was badass. You know, the scene with Shinya, you know, just, you know, destroying everything. You know, also, yeah, it was great to see the, you know, the destroyers in that, you know, in that just level of power. You know what I mean? We hadn't seen that yet. So yeah, those things can really, you know, hit another gear. I think it was Kagura, yeah, basically, you know, said how, you know, how badass those things are, you know, if they are used, you know, to their maximum potential. But yeah, let's just keep going. Oh man, I might have to cut again. I just keep having to cut between each one. I'm really trying. I've been really busy, you know. I'm really trying to just record as much as I can. It's really hard, but, you know, I really am trying to, you know, do these shows for you guys. And, you know, even the first episode did really well. The first Psycho-Pass one. So, you know, I really do appreciate it. You know, I can definitely see why this series is so beloved. Also, yeah, let me just shout out the voice acting while I have the chance, you know. Like I said, you know, during episode 2, you know, I think the voice acting particularly has been, you know, amazing when we're, you know, taking care of the Psycho. You know, I think, you know, the Psychos in the show have been done really well. You know, I still think nothing will beat the first episode, you know, the guy, but even the girl, like, you know, yeah, just amazing stuff. You know, this one was good too. You know, when he was laughing and everything, you know, that was done really well. Man, I really do want to continue. You know, it kind of does suck, you know, being interrupted, you know, between each episode. You know, hopefully, but, you know, I was able to get the first one on YouTube just straight up, you know. By the way, that's great, you know. I do appreciate that from them, you know, for, you know, making it so easy, because, you know, some series are, you know, you just can't even have them on YouTube. But I mean, it is blocked though, you know, it's blocked in like a few countries, but it's not a big deal. Mostly everywhere it's viewable. It's only like a few countries, so that's great. I can just, you know, straight up have it on YouTube, which is really helpful. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make a cut. The next time next time you guys see me, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do it though, because, you know, it's gonna be, the lighting's gonna be really bad. It's gonna be like almost midnight probably. But yeah, like I said, I'm really busy. I'm really trying. You know, hopefully I can just get this up today. That's the goal. You know, and you know, I could have easily just posted episode 2, but no, I want to give you guys more than just one episode. That would be pretty lame. I'm not gonna lie. You know, only giving you guys one episode. Yeah, I'm gonna make a cut. Hopefully I can get that last one done. You know, hopefully the lighting doesn't look too bad either. But yeah, I'll see you with episode number 4. Hey guys, we're back with episode number 4. I don't have a ton of time for this, so kinda just wanna jump right into it. And yeah, that's all there is to it. We're gonna be jumping into episode number 4. And yeah, let's do so in 3, 2, 1, and play.
Our one rule in the Talisman Saloon is that we're not here to talk about ourselves. Only the affairs of others.
I did not expect this.
With your phrasing. Okay, lemonade candy?
Okay. A friend of mine has found herself in quite the predicament, so I'd like to get your thoughts on her situation, Talisman.
Well, of course, I'd be delighted.
Is this like a dream that she's having? What the hell?
Tell me her situation, and we'll see if I can't put the old Talisman spin on things.
Well, let's see. She recently began a tough job right after she graduated. A job with a lot of responsibility.
Oh, okay, so yeah,
But
it's
that's
about
not the
Akane,
problem.
yeah.
I know she doesn't regret working there or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Please continue.
The problem she's having stems from one of her coworkers.
Oh.
Well, actually,
Oh.
he's more of a senior colleague, but he's ranked beneath her. It's kind of tough to
Okay.
explain,
Wait,
but
yeah.
they work together. And
Sure.
it's like she can't avoid him. He's an important part of her carrying out her job.
Yeah.
And he's difficult to work with. Is that the issue?
His behavior can be pretty erratic at
Yeah,
times.
okay, this is...
The thing is,
Yeah,
she also
it's,
feels like there are times that
what's
he
his
makes
name?
a lot of sense. And so,
Yunozo,
she
I
started to
think.
believe that she might be able to trust him at some point.
That's
It
always
seems
a
like
nice
it's
thought,
about the
but
two of
there
them,
is
yeah.
still the likely possibility that it is nothing but wishful thinking.
So you think
Sure.
she's being unrealistic?
It sounds like she might want him to be something he's not. She
That's
needs
true.
to look past her surface
I was gonna talk
assumptions to
about that,
understand
yeah.
his true character. Why don't you give this advice to your friend and see if it makes things easier for her?
Sure. So who are you?
Step forward and share your troubles with me, Talisman. The difficulties of those
Okay.
cast adrift may seem hopeless, but the answers are already there, hiding within the stories you have to tell.
What a start. Interesting start. Field. Oh, okay, so it was kind of like VR, okay.
So I don't
Yeah,
understand his
literally
true
VR.
character. Huh.
Hmm. Since I don't have a ton of time, I'm gonna skip through. Hopefully, I mean, I don't think there's gonna be anything new or anything like that. So that's interesting. So it's kind of like a, you know, if you need help with something, you kind of enter that reality, and you know, you could talk to. I think he said his name, but I don't remember. But yeah, it kind of is like VR, but you know, more direct. You know what I mean? You can actually communicate and talk about something. Because, you know, a lot of the time it's, you know, to play a game or something, you know, when you're using VR. I've never used it personally, but I would love to.
You want to ask me about Kogami, don't you?
How could you tell?
The way you
Yeah,
seem
we
to
can
be
just-
connected
yeah.
by fate, I'd be curious too.
I just wish I could wrap my head around how I should deal with him. Someone told me I should try to understand him. And then someone else told me that I shouldn't consider him a human.
I can
Well.
guess that advice came from Inspector Ginoza.
Oh, wow.
It works for him. Dogs are dogs, and owners are owners. But you break everything down to its basic nature, and I think it might be easier for you if you just stuck to your own side.
Sure.
If you really want to understand Kogami, the only way to do it is to see things the way he does and think like he does. And if you can manage to accomplish that, you'll find yourself in
Sure.
the dog pound with us. Your psychopaths will have a reading identical to Kogami's. Gaze into the abyss,
Wow.
and the abyss also gazes into you.
Isn't that
Just ask
wonderful?
Kogami. He stared into the darkness too long.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
long that I don't think he knows how to look away. I get the
Oh,
impression
God.
that he's convinced the only place justice actually exists is within the depths of that darkness. If you really feel so compelled to dive in after him, well, that's completely up to you. There's nothing
Sure.
I can say to change your mind.
Of course.
Can't stop you if that's what you really want. I couldn't stop Ko either.
Is that what
Something happened.
looks like it?
Wow.
Well, I'm
From
off
the
duty.
boy.
Same with Kanizuka. Kogami and Kagura should be around.
Nice.
So, what's the situation? We got weird results from the home security test.
Okay.
The toilet in this apartment has apparently been broken for the past 2 months.
Oh,
And
that's
yet
weird.
the tenant hasn't filed a single complaint.
Really?
So the management company got suspicious and reported it to us.
Alright, makes sense.
Kimihiko Ayama, 32 years old, single, and unemployed.
He's
Okay.
unemployed? In this day and age?
Yeah,
How is
exactly.
that even possible?
I checked the records from his bank. He was sponsored by an affiliate service provider, and he was rather well compensated.
Okay.
Enough so that I'm positive he lives in great comfort.
What a sweet
Yeah, it
deal.
does seem like it.
Sit at home and get super paid for being popular on the net. Why the hell would you
Wow.
want a straight job? Only a chump would turn that down.
Could he just be on an extended trip
Kind
somewhere?
of sounds like me, but you know.
Not possible.
I'm not doing this for the money.
We would have a tracking record of his movements. There's no way a person can get out of this city without leaving some kind of trace to follow. Besides, his bank account doesn't show any activity for the past 2 months.
Okay, so yeah, he's just being taken. Oh wow.
Clearly, it's more difficult to disappear than to get killed.
It's still too soon to land on that conclusion.
I think I'm with him.
Can we pull up the last interior hollow design for this room?
Hold on a second.
It's hard to tell. I don't think he's dead. I don't know.
We all know you can't sit on a hologram. The whole point of the holography design is to line it up with the real couch. To state the obvious, that couch was over there originally. But somebody had a reason to move it.
Huh.
Yeah, good call.
I think it's safe to say they were trying to hide that.
Why worry about such a small scratch?
Have one of the crime lab drones scan it. Yep, leftover adhesive from tape.
And what does that mean?
That's the big reveal to the magic trick they pulled. The one they used to make Hayama disappear. Of course, they had to murder him first. Probably poisoning or strangling something clean. Some kind of bloodless method to avoid any evidence. Then they taped down a plastic sheet and went to work dismantling the body. Chopped him up enough to flush the pieces, which probably busted the toilet. Hayama must have put up a fight when they tried to kill him. Struggle left a scratch, and the adhesive residue is obviously left over from when they taped the sheet down. They're determined. I'll give them that. But it's an amateur job.
It can't be.
Bring in old Masaoka if you don't believe me. He would have sniffed it out the moment he walked in here. Trust me. Can't fool a hunting dog's sense of smell.
Man, I really do love the tension between the two of them. I'm really enjoying that.
Alright then.
Hey guys, sorry about that. Let's jump back into it in 3, 2, 1, and play.
Alright then.
Okay, it's open.
This the online avatar Hayama was using? Talisman.
The dude must have had a pretty large fan base. That's really the only way you can make serious money as an affiliate.
Talisman?
You know it?
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
I spoke with them for the first time.
Oh,
just
yeah.
this morning.
Technology to the rescue. Our precious crime lab drones have practically built this case for you. They managed to find the remains of Hayama's body scattered throughout the sewers beneath his apartment. A round of applause, please.
So the guy's in countless pieces, but his commu field is still active. And someone is obviously posing as his avatar.
You got it.
It's like a horror movie. The ghost haunting the forums and chat rooms of the internet.
Sure.
I'd watch it.
So someone's claimed his identity?
I'm really not sure. It seems that way, but he was apparently screwing around with fake IPs back before he went missing.
What about tracking the access routes?
I don't know, but it's worth giving it a shot. It's tricky, though, because they're all running through a variety of high-security proxy servers. They've got all sorts of paranoid measures in place to hide their clients' footsteps.
Yeah, of course.
We've got to track them carefully or they'll notice us. But luckily, it won't go past them. They'll relocate the route, but they won't report it. So whoever's using his avatar won't realize they've aroused suspicion. And that should give us a fighting chance.
The suspect
that's great.
doesn't even feel there's a need to hide out and try to run. He's practically walking around beneath our noses.
Yeah.
If we play our
doesn't
cards
even
right,
care.
we could very likely get him to drop some clues as to his real identity.
Right. Well, let's hunt down Hayama's avatar.
Alright, let's do it.
Making contact's a good idea, but who does it?
Interesting. This imposter's been posing as him for 2 months. Running the Talisman commu field just as capably as the real owner this whole time. And nobody's noticed.
Wow, he's a quarter, what the hell?
Looks like he's heading off to check out another commu field.
Okay, let's follow.
Oh yeah, this is Spooky Boogie's commu field. This is a pretty big community too. careful in here. Spooky Boogie's notorious for being an anarchist.
Okay.
It could mean trouble if she finds out we're detectives.
Good to know. Does she have any connections with Talisman?
Maybe. They're both pretty famous. Although, that doesn't necessarily mean they know each other in real life.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Let's check their access logs. We can track their visitations that way. If they frequent each other's common fields...
Hello, it says Liberty, nice.
Tsunomori?
What the hell?
What the? Ginaza!
What is happening?
Hello there, Miss Lemonade Candy.
Oh,
I'm
there
the
she is.
hostess of this fabulous commune field. Spooky
Sure.
Boogie. You're such an unexpected visitor. I had to invite you to my chat room. I hope it's not an inconvenience.
Oh no,
No,
it's
it's
not.
fine.
But I'm curious, why me?
I've heard intriguing rumors. That look on
Okay.
your face, you really have no idea just how famous you are, do you? Lemonade Candy. You are. And I'm quite the fan of yours, Akane Tsunomori.
Whoa.
Who are you?
Well,
Whoa, is
if
this
you
someone
really
else
wanna
that's...
figure that out, you could start by scouring the pages of your old graduation album.
Ooh.
And if you guess who I am, I'll buy
Okay.
you a drink at our next class reunion.
Wow,
So,
okay.
I can't help but wonder why an inspector with the CID is scoping out my commune field. I've got a funny feeling you didn't just drop by to hang out.
So, I mean, do you regularly speak with Talisman?
Yeah, I have to. We're rivals in the access ranking, and it'd be
Oh, okay.
foolish not to.
Have you noticed anything different about him? Anything odd with his avatar or his field? Like sometime within the past several months or so?
Yeah.
Let's see. Nothing that really comes to mind as of late.
Oh.
But there was a period of time it was about 2 months ago he was acting strangely.
Wow, convenient.
How exactly?
2 months ago.
There were a couple of things that really stood out. He was
Okay.
speaking erratically, and he kept holding events that were clearly intended to get affiliate money. He was fuel on the fire for the Talisman haters. He rubbed enough people the wrong way that it started to look like the old-timer Avatar was gonna have to call it quits.
But he bounced back. You said he's not
Sure.
like that now?
Yep, he's back to his usual cool and mellow self these days.
Alright.
He's gone on record and publicly apologized for his behavior. It's pretty tough for an Avatar who went to such a drastic decline to make a full comeback, though.
Yeah.
So are you doing an official investigation into him? Did Talisman do something wrong?
I can't really talk about
Possibly.
the details.
Yeah.
It's complicated, though. We need to physically track down and locate him. The person behind the Avatar, I mean.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's kind of intriguing. I'd be happy to offer you some assistance. A PSP bureaucrat in debt to little old me could come in handy.
Infamous anarchist
Would come in
Spooky Boogie
handy.
working with the law? Wasn't expecting that.
That's
Sure.
just part of my public persona. And besides, we were classmates. Just leave this to me, okay?
Apparently you were classmates. I'm looking forward to, finding out
Your
who
attention,
it
please,
actually
my
is.
dear and loyal guests. To show my appreciation for your support, for all your love, and for visiting my forum, I'd like to invite you all to a modest yet grand party held in your honor. It'll be a
Nice.
meetup in Roppongi on the 4th. In addition, I will challenge my friend Talisman to a duel, a chance to win the white crown I currently hold. I hope to see all of you there.
Alright.
A meetup?
That's right. CommuField users gather somewhat regularly for parties.
Yeah. It
They
seems
wear
like
hollow cosplay that simulates their online social avatars. It's
Yeah.
completely anonymous.
The modern version of a masquerade ball.
Alright, but
Sure.
the big question, how can we be certain the Talisman will actually show up?
He can't afford not to. His popularity will plummet if he backs out.
Sure.
Whoever's been posing as Hayama's avatar, they've got no choice but to be there. They've already put so much effort into making sure his commune field runs smoothly. They've got to show at this meetup if they don't want to squander all the work they've put into it.
He can't hide behind his hollow cosplay.
Forever,
The only thing
yeah.
we have to do is get him in the Dominator's sights, and his crime coefficient is bound to give him away.
Of course.
Right, where's the meetup?
At a club in Roppongi. Exoset.
Genos' team's on the front entrance and the drones are positioned out back. All
Alright.
we gotta do is stand back and wait for him to show.
Alright.
I take back that masquerade ball comment I made earlier. It's a hell of a lot weirder than that.
They're packed like cigarettes into a place with only 2 exits, and they don't even know who's
Yep.
standing next to them.
Yeah, it's really weird, yeah.
It's impossible to participate in the social networks if you're afraid of anonymity.
But this isn't virtual. You can bleed and die in here. And any of these costume freaks could be carrying a knife.
Exactly.
And they're fine with putting their lives into the hands of strangers. They're out of their damn minds, if you ask me.
I agree,
that
but,
kind of thinking is exactly what causes your psychopaths to get so cloudy. Sorry, that was rude. It came out the wrong way.
It's okay. It's a legitimate point.
Yeah, exactly.
It's him.
There he is.
We can't get a read from here. Too many guests to clearly aim.
I'm gonna try to get closer to him.
Alright.
Dominator suppression system online.
Hers is pretty cool.
No way. Now would I lie to you? Well, crap. I knew
Whoa.
Mr. Mito, you were right on the money. The Dominator was just a tented out on the floor. There's definitely an inspector here, no doubt.
So it really is a trap. Damn spooky boogie.
You better get out of there while you can. It'll royally muck things up if you get caught.
I'm aware of that. I've also got unfinished business.
I'll help you get out.
Okay. Oh god, alright. They actually know, though. Oh my god. I mean, that's definitely a strategy for sure. Whoa. Oh, now it's gonna be really difficult.
Shit,
that's great.
What the hell just happened?
Someone hacked all the Holocaust plague.
Yep.
The suspect's gonna run.
Damn it. Pull your Dominator. We'll root him out by his crime coefficient.
Oh, sure, yeah, you can do that, yeah.
It's the CID!
Wait!
Crime coefficient over 110. Over 140. Target for enforcement action.
Crap! How many of them are there?
Yeah, there's too many. It's gonna take a long time.
Well, this is great. They spotted us.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright.
What the hell were you trying to pull with this meetup?
My boyfriend got busted by the FWPSB. Are you gonna pay for his treatment?
Please, everyone just calm down. I had nothing to do with this raid. I'm just as upset about it as you are.
We can see right through your lies, Spooky Boogie. Judging by the way it went down, they must have been in the club before the party started. The only way that could happen was if the organizer was in on it. You've always touted anarchism as your guiding principle. One of the reasons so many love you, and yet you've colluded with the government against your own followers. A truly unacceptable offense.
Well, that is not true. From the way it looked to me, you're the one they were after, Talisman. So if anyone's at fault here, it's you.
You've betrayed your fans as well as your own character. You have no right to call yourself Spooky Boogie, and you certainly no longer deserve the trust and adoration of our community.
You have no right to say that. You don't know anything.
I know more about you than you could ever know about yourself.
Shut up, you creep! What's his problem?
Talk
about creepy. Just who the hell does he think he is? I'm putting a block on his access to my commie field. Screw that. He won't get anywhere near me again.
There's really no point in that.
Whoa.
It's no longer your forum, and Spooky
What the
Boogie
hell?
is no longer your avatar either.
What the fuck?
Did you kill her? This woman had no right to carry on acting as Spooky Boogie. But Spooky Boogie shouldn't vanish from the net. She puts a smile on so many faces. With a little bit of
Wait.
Still be used. The woman behind her can be flushed.
I want to see.
I bet you'll make a great Spooky Boogie. Even better than Shoko Sugawara
Dude, that's him.
herself. Just look at what you've done with Talisman. Your
That's
leaps
him.
and bounds better than Hayama.
ho, ho, ho. Oh, I'm not gonna. I have a lot to say about this. I have a lot to say. Are we gonna get the... Is it gonna be the same one, or... Yeah, it looked the same. Alright. I literally just realized, yeah, this is exactly why you guys wanted me to... Yeah, I definitely understand now. I understand why you guys, said this is a good cutoff point. That was an insane cliffhanger. I'm interested to see if that outro is going to be updated or anything, since we're obviously going to meet more, characters. I mean, we did that in this episode. Okay, that's, wow, what an insane ending. And now I'm excited to, continue. I'm not going to, but, I'm just excited for next time because that's the guy. That is Shogo. That's Shogo. I'm pretty sure, I mean, obviously, yeah, I would have to go back to, to episode 1, but no, I'm pretty sure it is. From what I can tell. And I mean, we haven't met another, we haven't met another white hair character. So yeah, I'm pretty certain it is. That's really interesting. So yeah, those two are working together. They seem to really be, aware of what's going on. You know what I mean? Interesting. So, this is really interesting. Because obviously in the first episode it was Shinya and him, facing off. So is that gonna be next episode? Is that what we're gonna get? Because I was kind of always, with the thought of that would be towards the end of the series. I mean, it still could be. This could be the, overarching villain. You know what I mean? We could have just established the villain right there. I can definitely see it. Man, that was fucking brutal. Holy shit! When he just choked her. My God, dude, that was fucking brutal. I'm interested. Obviously, I'm looking forward to seeing how everyone reacts to this. How how the group reacts to this. But I mean, they might not even find out because they're doing it in a way where. I mean, yeah, they know what they're doing. They really know what they're doing. Obviously, even the whole, hacking thing. You know what I mean? They made everyone the same so that they can escape. You know what I mean? So that he can escape. Obviously, we don't know. Yeah, we haven't gotten. Yeah, I don't think so. No, we haven't gotten the guy's name, the one that was in the game as well. It seems like Shogo's kind of the boss, or you know what I mean. Like he's telling him everything that he needs to do, and how to do everything correctly. Even when he was there, they were talking about how everyone. It was a trap and everything. They were here with the man, wow. I'm so interested because he seems like he just knows a lot. He's really wise as well. So that's gonna be interesting. Man, what a cliffhanger, fucking hell. like I said, I can definitely see why you guys said, you know, this is a good cutoff point, and really, it just was, it really was. I can't wait to continue. This show is amazing, but I think it just kind of, you know, took it to another level, you know what I mean? It was good, but, you know, I think after this episode, you know, this show really can do so much more, you know what I mean? We can do so many things with Shogo, and, you know, this whole just, man, that's brutal, holy shit, yeah, the whole, you know, you know, everything that she told to Akane, that's not gonna happen now, because, you know, she's obviously dead. You know, they were gonna do a, you know, the yearbook and everything, yeah. Holy shit. I'm still interested to see, you know, if Akane even, you know, knows, you know, would know her, you know what I mean? If they even, you know, spoke to each other at all or anything. Wow, that's interesting. The show just got a whole lot more interesting. It just took, I think, you know, my interest was like here, and then after that episode, it's like here, genuinely. And yeah, I can't wait to continue. But for now, that's gonna do it. So yeah, I'm thinking of and you guys can let me know about this, but I'm thinking of doing 5 to 8. You know, I don't even have a particular reason. It just sounds right. But yeah, I'll do a poll anyway. You know, but yeah, yeah, I'll do a poll asking you guys, you know, if that's a good way to do it. But yeah, man, the show just got more interesting, and you know, there was always a whole mystery element to it. You know what I mean? And I really enjoyed those types of shows. You know what I mean? The whole mystery element. With each case, there kind of was. You know what I mean? It's not like super hard. You know what I mean? It's not super complicated to find the person, but it is still there. You know, even with episode 1, you know, it wasn't easy, but you know, we managed to find the guy. And then episode 2, obviously, holy shit, I forgot episode 2. Episode 2 was episode 2 was, I mean, it was pretty simple, you know, it wasn't anything too crazy, but yeah, episode 3 was obviously, you know, that whole room and everything, and that wasn't, I mean, the guy was literally there. I mean, he was literally, you know, we witnessed him getting bullied, so, you know, that wasn't too difficult. This one was, I mean, this one we kind of failed. Is that crazy to say? I mean, we kind of, you know, obviously we'll continue on it, but yeah, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I appreciate your time, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.